How's everyone doing today? It's your boy A-Dog TV, another day of Gossip TV. Yesterday I posted a topic, a discussion about this guy going crazy about saying that single moms, big moms, and ladies with loud mouth don't deserve love. And if any man ends up dating these women, they should be punished in a sense of there should be a law that if he was like a president or something, he would create a law that will punish the men that are doing it because they're ruining the future. Let's listen to what he's saying, and I'll put my 2 cents in. If you ain't seen the part that I've already posted, first 3 parts of it. This is part 4. So let's go.
There's no social, and stay with me. There was no social, I guess, like what you're talking about, stepdaddy raising someone else's kids. That's a trashy situation. It wasn't looked at that way.
Right, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's basically trying to say that about 50, 60 years ago, that men were accepting children out of wedlock. Now, 50, 60 years ago, as an African, I know that any woman that had a child before wedlock, before wedding, she used to leave the child for the mom to raise, and the parents would raise the child as her sister, or then she would get married, but the child wasn't really allowed to live in the same house as the new husband. That was 50, 60 years ago. So I don't know what he's talking about 50, 60 years ago. I don't know what country he was in, but in Africa, that's how it was 50, 60 years ago. But let's keep listening to what he's saying, because this guy is not making sense at all.
How it looked at. It's not about how it's looked at. What it's about is what it's doing. You know, like that's what the conversation is. Them doing that thing, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine, and it was doing it. It was still causing a negative thing to happen. And I want you to know what they were doing back then got us here. That's how that goes. What they were doing back then got us here. People accepting, people saying, like let's say the military, everybody say, don't ask, don't tell, or any of those things. All these things, they led us here to where, if I go throw a wig on, it don't even gotta be like an expensive one. It could be a shot out wig. If I go throw one of those on, I can just go into a bathroom that I'm not supposed to be in. Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to make this political, but I'm just telling you that where we are now, back then, the people doing what they were doing got us here. So your argument is just showing that, this is what they were doing before. There it is. And now we're here. And I'm trying to tell everybody to not do what they was doing, because what they did got us here. Do you understand now?
But now it's a trashy looking situation. And again, I agree with you. I don't like the stepdaddy stuff. I tried it, didn't like it. Wouldn't promote it to anybody. Wouldn't advise anybody to do it.
Doesn't sound like
it's a whole woman that doesn't have kids.
So why take the effeminate position of trying to create a balanced perspective when we know that the alternative to what I'm describing is less than ideal?
Well, no, my whole thing is when you talk about a law that's punishable by if that law is broken, I think that's very extreme. Because we have like
I did not say that, sir.
Well, the thing is,
that's what you said.
Conversation.
There's a reason why there's law in the country. Like if there wasn't law, human beings are crazy. Human beings, listen, already. When you go on a couple of holidays to destination, you find out UK is one of the safest places to live in, because little things like someone can have a car crash, and instead of people going there to help the person, they'll rob the person, they'll steal the person's shoes, watch, rings, whatever they can get their hands of, before even thinking of helping the person. That don't happen in UK. It's only abroad. I'm not going to mention no countries, but if you know, you know. You feel me? But man, there has to be law. Without law, us human beings will go crazy. Trust me.
No, sir, you are incorrect.
You said hunt it down and return to the soil.
That's what I said in the Instagram video. I did not
That's
say
why
that
we're here.
during this conversation, and I did not state that that should be a law during this conversation. I didn't even say it should be a law during the Instagram video, which is, mind you, a 1 minute reel.
Right. So that's why we're having this conversation, because you said it on the Instagram video. And earlier in this conversation, you did say part of your ideas because you're.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that a man should be returned to soil because he's dating a single mom or an obese woman. I wouldn't say that. That's wild. But what I want to know is, what about the single men? What happens to that? Because without baby fathers, there won't be no baby mamas. Without baby mamas, there won't be no baby fathers. So every baby mama has a baby father. Every baby father has a baby mama. So, you know, you gotta take some accountability in the same breath. You know, if you're not serious about the girl, you don't want nothing to do with her, you're just doing what you're doing, you're lying to her, and you got a child with her, then what's the consequence for the man? Because obviously the woman believes them. You know, you gotta look at it from both sides, man. Definitely from both
The
sides.
person who has ideas. Part of your ideas would be a law, punishable. Right?
Again, you're lying. Why do you keep repeating your lie? You're actually lying, sir.
So you do
need to
not.
repeat it. If you repeat the lie, it does not become the truth. It just shows that you are repeating a lie. That's
Okay,
it.
so-
It doesn't-
okay, so
it does
for
not
clarification.
transform into the truth.
For clarification, you did not say.
I already said I didn't say it, so why do you need to clarify it? I've said 3 times I did not say that, and the record will reflect that I did not say that. I stated that there should be a law, and there should be serious punishment when the law is violated. I did not say that the punishment should be capital punishment.
Okay, so you're not saying that now. Okay, well, the whole premise of this.
I didn't say that before either, so...
The whole reason I came on this Instagram is because you said return to the. That only means one thing.
Let me see if I can find this Instagram thing. Okay, let me just see. Buddy, keep bringing this up.
But I love my kids so much I gave them all their own daddy. You got a daddy. You got a daddy. You got a daddy. Don't ask me, ask your daddy.
Any man who would have intercourse with a woman who has a child by another man is a bottom feeder. You are one who eats out of the garbage. You're a disgusting person, and you're even more a fool to have a child with that female. You're the true definition of a beta male. One who can't get a woman who has not been planted in. You can't find a woman who is fresh and ready for you to make a future with her. Instead, you find a woman who is discarded by another man. A woman who is so dysfunctional that a man wouldn't stay with her even though she has his child.
Is it true?
You're a disgusting character, and it is my hope that all of you will be down and brought back into the earth.
And
Yeah, he needs serious help. What? So you're telling me every single woman that's a single mother is the what you call it, is the woman's fault? My mom was a single mom. It wasn't her fault. My dad decided to have another whole woman while he was in a relationship. They went to university together. It wasn't my mom's fault. You know? So what happens with her? She's not allowed to find love because my dad decided to be and step out of his vows. Nah. I don't agree with that, man. He's talking rubbish. Absolute rubbish, man.
So yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. He has not said what you keep saying. He never said it should be a law. He said he hopes this thing happens. He never said it should be a law. So I don't know where you keep repeating something where now he's trying to build a culture by saying that we should have this thing so guys wouldn't do it. Yeah, you're conflating. You're conflating the conversation you're having right now and the video you heard, and you're just putting them together. That's all you're doing. He has not said this thing. Has not said it. So
you should probably tell
ask him, hey, could we play the clip so I can know exactly what you said again? You know that's gonna look bad because you had all the time to watch the clip. Well, you know, that's the best thing you got right now. Best thing for you to do is to try that. If he hang up on you, it makes sense because you came to argue something you didn't even know.
That means one thing.
Do you think that perhaps because you were living as a beta male stepfather provider that this offended you so much because of that? It's funny, but it's not funny, right? Because we're talking about your actual life experience in this case.
Right. Yeah, so my life experience going through that, it triggered me because I wondered how can one person have, like I said in the response, how can you have the nuts to say somebody needs to be returned to this for something that they did? How can you be so judgmental?
How can I be?
Whoa, wait, hold up. People do that all the time. Be returned to the soil. People say that about rapists. People say that about PDFs. People say that about people who harm elders. People say that about people who just, besides PDFs, people who just say that about people who...
Yeah, but you can't put PDF and a single mom on the same category. Like, you know what I'm saying? No one's forcing each other on with a single parent. PDF, you can't put both of them in the same category. You can't. For me, I still stand strong in saying it's wrong to say that a man should be put down to the soil if he decides to procreate with a single mother. That's wrong in every way, form, or shape. Every time is wrong. Shouldn't see. You can have your opinion that you don't agree with it, and you should say, oh, you know what, this is why I don't agree with it. But to say they should be put down, that's wild, man. That is crazy. Trust me. There's another conversation that could be had about this whole situation. That women should have more. They should have more standards before letting a man in, or men should not procreate if they're not serious about the person. They should have, you know. But that's a different topic, isn't it? Yeah, this is crazy, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, man. I'm gonna be recording a part 5 on this as well. It's your boy A-Dog TV. That's another day of Gossip TV, man. I'm out.